Hi Sloths and welcome back to Ebon. In the last episode we escaped from that dungeon and we finally put an end to the whole Maidwen Garloy situation. And in this episode we're going to find out who this coward is that the Covental, our ghost of evil and mentally unstable irritation, is trying to make us locate and put an end to. And looking at the stats screen, cunning has definitely gone up, curiosity has gone up, charm's gone up, our daring and virtue has, and our might has once again maxed out, our faith has maxed out, and we're pretty close to maxing out desire. And on that note, I think we should continue and maybe finish the game. I'm not sure if it's going to be this episode or next episode where we finish the game completely. But let's get into it, shall we? She took her leave of me, and as soon as I was alone, the Covental spoke up again. The elves do not know where they came from. You will know. I know where I came from. Edric. Where I came from. Deny that I am part of you if you must. So we're going to where you are? I am with you. I thought we weren't playing games anymore, Ghost. We're going to where many of the others are. What do you mean? You will see soon. Okay. Madrily, there you are. Heron. The fool found you. Oh, shut up, bloody Covental. I started to turn toward him, but I was too slow. I was grasped from behind into a tight hug and felt his face bury into the back of my neck. It's good to see you. Let's laugh. We need more laughter. A laugh burst out at me, both at the sudden closeness and the tickle his breath made at the back of my neck. You. Why are you laughing? Oh, now he wasn't doing it on... Oh, now he wasn't doing it on purpose, certainly. That sentence made no sense. I wasn't tortured long. He took my hand and pulled me away. Come. Here we are. And what is here? Here, almost exactly like where I saw you the first time. Yeah, that's exactly where we first met Heron, or at least first saw him. Really, Heron? He smiled. But it's the truth. He pulled me even closer, somehow. And I am so very glad to know you. Ever since you came here, things have been incredibly dangerous. Astonishing. I thought you were beautiful. Then you were mesmerizing. Then you just stole my breath with everything you did. And now whenever I'm anywhere without you, you don't have to be, you're relieved you miss me. You don't have to be. You don't have to be. Is that so? Remember you said that. He kissed me, slow and full of affection. I used to spend so much time looking for things, secrets, people, places, books. Then I sneak aboard this ship on a full assignment, and somehow, there you are. There are secrets I still want, Madrily, but most of them are yours. I don't know that I have many. I think you do. What do you think you'll find? Where the Covental is taking us? Oh. He looked worried. Ever since he found me in that rock room, I'd catch him looking at me with his brows knit and his face missing his typical brightness. I don't know. It said something about finding many others. That could mean many things. Yes. Are you afraid? You'll be with me. You'll be with me. I'll be with you. Exploring the secrets of the Covental the wonders of dark things long hidden, right beside my love. I love Harren, he's adorable. The rest of the voyage went smoothly. It took a long time. I had slept through the voyage to Gallia, and then my exile had been cut short by the Cascas. I hadn't occasion before to realise just how long sea travel took, or how truly far away I'd been from everything. Where was Edric from here? I just realised we never got to see Verdane or Balenciaga, or Skylar, or just anyone else really, before we left. Huh. Oh well. We were finally approaching our destination. I took up a vigil on the deck, watching the land creep closer, with building anticipation. There was a craving that grew within me the closer we got, a craving I did not think was my own. Can the boat please stop shaking? I get very easily seasick. You must keep your eyes open. Oh, you must keep your eyes open. You must not allow yourself to play a fool into the hands of others again. I will show you where to go. You can have peace again. Others' hands, not yours. I won't. Others' hands? I suppose that doesn't include you then, as you don't have hands. I have your hands. Yes, please do not use my hands. My hands are mine to use, not yours. I scoffed, partly to disguise nausea that had rippled through me after that comment. Here it is. It won't be much longer. We will follow the coast on foot, 7 miles north. I nodded. I'm right here, Madrily. I'm not leaving your side. And not just because the Covental is leading into the known. Wait, what? And not just because the Covental is leading into the unknown. He smiled at me, and I smiled back, but my mind was heavy. He put an arm around my waist and pulled me closer, but said no more. I inhaled a deep breath. Soon I would have my answers. The Covental had led me into a cave not far from the coast. Oh, I forgot about this. It's beautiful down here. Something familiar. Yes, because it's all purple. Exactly. It's all the purple. You've been drawn to that colour from the start. The only colour I'm drawn to is the colour of your eyes, which I think are a dark grey, maybe slight purple. I can't really tell from here. I snorted, perhaps most amused by my own ability to laugh at Harren's ridiculousness given where I stood. The Covental is still quiet. I told us to go in here, and it hasn't said a word since. He never let go of my hand. I was grateful for that. There. A figure approached. It had come from deeper inside the cave and lumbered slowly toward me, growing larger and larger, and there is the coward. The coward? Ready yourself, Mavis. He tastes of the same ghost. Tastes? It continued moving closer until it stood clearly before me. We stared at one another. You brought others. Why? Who are you? Why wouldn't I? Do you know where I am? Here? Yeah, who are you? The being shook its head. Kill him! Now! Save them. Send them away. I'm afraid there's no chance of that. Are you the Covental? Then you do not know what she is. I know she's not safe alone. I'm not leaving. You must stay here with me, Mavis. Kill, human, kill! Or kill him, human, even. Be quiet, ghost. If you do not, you will die, and worse others will follow you. She is not going to die. You might. Do not interrupt. You cannot understand. You should not have come. I am here for Mavis. Fine. Keep your distance and don't threaten her anymore. I did not threaten her. You said she would die. You do not understand. Make us understand. Make us understand, then. He can't hurt you. His power forsakes him. They say you had been tricked into this. You have sympathies, young human. You face most terribly the same onus, or whatever that word is or means. The same future. Who are you? I don't understand anything. I will tell you anything you wish to hear now, Mavis. How do you know my name? Who are you, babe? Why did the Coventry bring me here? And, yeah, who are you exactly? Who are you? You're not an elf. No. What I was came before the elves. The elves? The Hadowans, the pale elves. The Galleons? If that is what they insist on calling themselves now. I stole a look at the elves with me. They all looked caught between disbelief and shock. Yeah, how do you know my name? Then let's start with how you know my name. The Kudinar, who are trapped within me, told me about you. The Kutinar? Those who have created the Coventry. They? Yeah, who told you about me? I just told you, the Kutinar within me. How did they know about me? Because you also have a Kutinar within you. They learn from each other. You have more than one? There are hundreds. So why did the Coventry bring me here? Why did it bring me here? Why did Coventry want me here? Because he wants to free his brethren. I exhaled, feeling woozy, a little lightheaded. Nothing was really making sense. Perhaps it was the utterly blunt way this being told me things. When for so long it had been fed only spoonfuls of truth. Still so little of it made sense. He? The Kutinar within you. Brother of the new luminary. What? The luminaries. Leaders among the Kutinar. I explain at length later, though their society is of little importance to us from here. For now you must decide. And how do you know about the Coventry? Is it? The Coventry is created by the Kutinar. It is pieces of them. I have been played by the Kutinar and this vile creation of theirs for years beyond measure. It was my people that they first destroyed. Enough! Kill the wretch, Mavis! Kill it, or I will reduce you to clay and shape you into the weapon I demand. Be quiet, for fuck's sake! Knob off for a bit, will ya? It has not yet poisoned your mind. You are strong and it is weak. You are fortunate. You need to start from the beginning. I came here for answers. And you will have none if you do not do as I say. The being nodded patiently, continuing in a slow, almost melodic tone. The Coventry was created by the Kutinar. And who are the Kutinar? A race of people? The being nodded again. They are far from here, very far, on another face of Calais. I'm assuming it's pronounced Calais. I have no idea. Why? They possess the ability to manipulate the world around them, and the world within them. Their bones carry a piece of their mind. even long removed from the body. A Covental is a bone taken in by your own once it is consumed. This connection allows them a voice within you. As it spreads thick in the bones of mind, more of them can seep through. Such as the Trajan? The force that sometimes comes with you with an amethyst sheen. So that's the name of a Covental energy. A projection of Kotinar energy. You're saying that I have someone else inside my head, inside my bones, someone who is real? Being nodded once more. Why? To claim and destroy. Amber Galleons, how did we... The Hadoans were fed the same lie my people were. He is wrong. The power has a lure that the desperate can rarely resist. The Kotinar drives you mad and uses your broken form as an envoy. Kill him. An envoy? What do you mean? Slaves. For all this time keeping my brothers hostage, he knows so little. Will you not put an end to this human? Have I not kept you alive, kept you safe? It speaks to you. It. Mavis, are you alright? Will you not do as I say? Be quiet, why do you want me to kill him? Am I a slave then? I will not be your slave. Is that what this is? Is that why I'm here? Why I felt so compelled to come here? Because I'm just your slave? You came here because I promised answers. You will give them. I will give them once you do as I demand. It wishes to kill me at the behest of the Kotinar whose Coventals I've consumed. I numb their thoughts, much as they numbed the thoughts of their previous hosts. He attempts to numb your thoughts. If he has not already, he will. The hunger consumed the Pale Elves. Their lust for domination hastened the spread, but the hunger is not of most of us, or is in most of us even. The Kotinar was a trap, and it spread like wildfire, and as the chaos grew, more became desperate, hungry, mad. It was going to kill them all, we had to stop it. Thus I took the remaining Covental, and came here. There was no other way to contain it. Destroying it would allow them to make another, and there is no use hiding it. It is always found. You must stay as well. If there are eyes who see it, there will be a hunger for it. Stay? Here? She's not staying here. Kill him. If your heart feels justice, realize what he has done, the glutton. Taken mine captive, blotting out their senses, rotting their mind. Do as I say, Mavis, kill him. It is not an easy thing to accept. A terrible burden, but they must be contained. They destroy. It spreads like a disease it has before, over and over again. The Pale Elves that brought you here were nearly destroyed. They forgot themselves. It consumes. The Pale Elves destroyed themselves. They had always wanted power. They had always dominance. I mean, they always wanted dominance. They took the Covental and pressed that impact greedily. Is it not known that a glutton rots? I regret that I was not able to contain all of the Covental that made it to the Pillar Ocean. I had hoped the remaining Covental were lost to the sea. I'm sorry. When they leave, they would do well to warn their kin against coming here, but I do not have faith that they will make that decision. They have seen it, and the knowledge will haunt them, and they will feel the hunger. You're not suggesting No. They must make their choice. So must you. You should not linger on a decision. You know you must stay here. For their sake, hold the poison. The poison? The poison of a decision? The weight of consequence? They watched each other fall and followed the same path, out of hubris, out of greed. We needed to survive, and this coward cannot stand to see the pure conclusion. I'm not staying here. I haven't hurt anyone. I won't hurt anyone. What can the Coffin Toad do to me? There must be a better way. Wait back up a minute. Yeah, there must be a better way. There must be some better solution to this. Perhaps by the Coffin Toad's death the connection is severed, but they cannot be found. Their plague will spread as long as we are under the sun, where eyes can see. They will mistake our plague for brightness, power. The Pale Elves forgot the destruction. It ran through them before, and it will again, their forgetfulness giving way to deception. They are weak, hungry, and they will destroy themselves again. The Kutinar will lie to them, and they'll run into the fire. But you know that it is no light, it is darkness, the Ebon madness. To silence the Kutinar, we must not give them a voice. I think that was actually the first time that Ebon has actually been spoken or said in this entire game, other than the name of the game being Ebon Light. Dark light, that's what it means basically. The Coffin Toad doesn't need to be silenced to protect others from destroying themselves. Garloys was successfully hiding the Coffin Toad for years. There is no other way, none but I have found in many years. When my people fought for same sort solutions, it no longer mattered. Those who were already plagued couldn't stop themselves, and more followed in their path as the sky grew darker. You do not need to suffer this anymore, Mavis. The coward speaks in madness, and our agreement is simple. Kill him, and I will not impede you. When the Pale Elves came, eager to establish themselves among the others, they fell into the trap like fish into the net. I did not pull... Oh. Wrong voice. I did not pull you into a trap. You forced me from my slumber in your blundering. They went mad, and you see they do not learn to fear it. They revered it instead, and the madness became a strength. It was strong enough. Their arrogance dictated that it could be controlled. Haven't you still your mind? Haven't you still made up your mind? Okay, whatever. They were utterly blind to the truth. The Kutinar no longer has its use. There is no need to share ourselves anymore, and this noble effort the coward thinks he's suffering is pointless. You and I can live together. Your mind is whole. There is still time. You've seen it, haven't you? Do you not have a sense of danger you're in? The strength it takes to keep him from control? It hasn't. And have you not seen the power, the wonder in your eyes of those who commonly desire it for themselves? Those elves who took you and fought over you with such vigour are not going to simply let this power die in the quiet, are they? Don't you think those that train for power all their lives will risk madness to obtain the Trajan? The plague will spread. But how could they? And Garloys already. Garloys, the Pale Elves, will do what they must if they are wise. Still you must stay. The mad elven general is not the ascended human peasant. He said they didn't make the Coffin Tower any longer. An easy lie to make. They are at peace now, but soon they will fall into their own, require more, send more envoys. Those they took before are already dwindling in number. The time will come again. I'm not staying here. No. I'm not staying here. I refuse. You consumed him. He traded his body for yours. You wield the Tryon, or Tryon even, and in exchange for his strength, he took you. You must see it. He will come for you if he is not already. The hubris of us, who think we can give our blood and live without. But I can show you how to blind them, how to steal their eyes, how to scare them away from returning. We can protect them. And you can protect yourself. But Kutina will not allow you to take its Tryon without something in return. Mavis, you must realize that. Please stay with me. She is not going to hide down here. She is strong enough to resist the Kutina, and we are smart enough to keep others from assessing it. Hubris. You have seen Gallia. They saw the Covental. They will exchange Garlois for a more insidious master, and if you help them, it will spread further, faster. That isn't true. The doubt in Kelly's voice was difficult to bear. She looked angry at herself for letting it slip through, and she shook her head at me too convincingly. It's not true. Why do you suffer this? Are you so easily taught into madness? I am not weak, Mavis. I had no interest in turning into a puppet. For though I am the one within you, he is the one who wishes to bury you. Kill him, and you have my vow to let you live unhindered. But if you do not kill him right now, then I will break your mind. I will chase you from your own body, and you will do as I say without so much as a whimper. I have done it before. I'll kill him. Let's just end his life. Yep, let's do it. Let's just cut his head off or something. I'll do it. Good. I will tell you when. Wait. Do what, Mavis? You can't stay. The being stared at me, his face still and unreadable. Every inch of me crawled with anticipation, with adrenaline. They will lie to you. Now! I pushed close as I knew how. The Covental flew outwards. I expected him to defend himself. You could see that same purple glazed across his skin. I expected some manner of defence and counterattack, but he just stood there. The ripple tore into him, not pushing him down, but went into him, much like I saw in the Cascas. He stood there, face still even then. The only expression seemed to come from his eyes, which bore into me with regret and warning. Then he fell over. Silence. Good. Mavis? What's going on? I was making a deal. For my sanity. Harren stayed quiet a moment. Then it's done? Come on. And that be it. I made it outside the cave. It spilled out at the coast, and to get back to the ship I'd have to wade through the ocean. My stomach squirmed, my head pounded. I couldn't catch my breath. I was exhausted, and I didn't know how wise it was to do what I had just done. It didn't feel right. It didn't feel right at all. There was something so terrible and gentle about that being, and do you feel guilty? Do you know what you have done? You have freed my brothers, given them back their senses. Fool. And now what? I knew what the Coventar was, and another being somewhere, part of him inside me. It was not a poison, not an infection, just a being who whispered. And Gallia was left in shambles. So much learned, so much to consider. That the Coffin Tower may be another person, somehow. That must feel so strange, Madrilli. I nodded. He exhaled and ran his hand down my hair at the back of my head. Answers are ours. We will verify all we can and learn all we can to make the best of this. Don't let it torment you, my shining light. You are here, alive, with me. Happiness is ours. None of that could have been true. What did he call us what Galleons were before? Well, it doesn't matter, we're Galleons now. The sea was calm, and if the trip back to the ship was to be made, it was best to move now. But I was exhausted, lost in thought. I'd have to suffer this being in my head, one who existed as I did, far away, an intruder in my very mind. It made me feel queasy to think about it. But I'd have to make peace with it. Gallia was no longer the same threat, and I had discovered their secret. They had been seduced by power, tricked by the Kutinar, turned into slaves. Survivors ran from the truth, buried it so far that Galleons forgot who they were. An entire people forgot because of shame. And still somehow it was I who would carry their past. I was not even Elven, but I could withstand it. The Covental may try to turn on me to whittle away at my sanity, but the Kutinar would not win this battle. I knew what he was now. He had lost its power. Harren pressed his lips against my temple. There he stayed for a long moment, then took in a deep breath. Weight seemed to dissipate off him. Light seemed to return to him. Madrilli, you always amaze me, don't you? Even in the darkest places, Madrilli. For a moment. He shook his head and smiled. But you needn't shine so if you're tired. It won't spoil a thing. Edric was so far away. Who was I? Then, strange and unprepared, but then I survived, didn't I? I had never left that village before. But now the whole world splayed out before me, and it was such a strange feeling. I had influence, independence, the secrets of elves, choices. I'd sailed the seas 3 times. I felled the giant beast. Aunt Vanya would call me a liar. Harren? How utterly unexpected it was to find him. Yes? Are you cold? No, I just... He already wrapped me in his arms, holding me tight, warm. If I was going to have to live with the Kufental, I'd have to be careful. But my life was my own again, and I was someone new. And it was months before I heard the Kufental's voice again. It was quiet, at first almost humble. He rarely spoke directly to me. What I heard was almost the whispers of a conversation I was unintentionally eavesdropping on. Most of it made little sense, but I knew there was a place these Kufental lived. A physical place. He was not a shadow, but a being, and one day I might meet him. There was no hiding the Kufental's presence within me from the rest of the world. Dullier was right when he had said there were others, beyond Gallia, who would be interested and seek to use me. And these who sought me out to make use of my ghost were handled accordingly. Lacey told me once that he was glad the Covental found its way into the body of a vicious woman, and the odds had been someone far more pacified. But I was tired of being used. I was tired of bending to others. Those who sought me out with ill intent would pay the price. And the more I learned to control the Covental, it armed me as well. With my newfound notoriety came power. I had seen more wealth change hands, sometimes even through mine, that I thought that I could have bought and sold Edric 100 times over. There was such a struggle for the most basic things. But with wealth came sharks, and even with Dullier and Lomrain nearby, I knew the heavier I was encumbered with gold, the more likely I was to collapse. So I let others handle most of my wealth, which I am sure meant my wealth was not truly my own. But already I lived in more luxury than I could have ever dreamed. I wonder what Vanya would think. Tales of the Cascas spread as only a tale of a giant beast from the sea could, and with the Cascas came the woman with the coffin tall. Gallia was full of mercenaries looking to boast and own their blades, but so was the rest of the world. But I was not so easily pushed about by Gallians, and I was not weak. The Cuffintal gave me a weapon that could scarcely be countered, and those who fought to antagonize me were not met with any frailty. There were many who came with a healthy respect for the Cuffintal, but many, still, who seemed to expect so little of me. I revelled in their ignorance. But I did not need to win all fights. I had many friends, some even genuine. I knew how to make friends. That was a defence all of its own. Harren always said, of course, the Cuffintal would find itself a beautiful, charming woman, that the law of maddening power always had a sweet song. And I'd found that mercenaries looking to boast are often also, so very often, receptive to being flattered. And Vanya? She had survived the ordeal of my abduction even, and made me feel foolish for ever doubting her after I read her first letter. Also, she is still alive. Huh. So Lacey didn't kill her after all, that's nice. She was proud of me, and wanted me to come home, if only for a visit. I was staying with Harren and his family, though I had yet to see either his parents or his sister since I arrived. The energy he always had was still utterly hypnotic. Gallia was different, or at least it was changing. I felt safer. Perhaps that was because Garlois had lost his position. Or perhaps because I had Harren closer than ever. It lasts all day, well, all night. When the sun starts to rise, the festival ends. Sounds like everyone is going to be very tired. Harren grinned, rest his hand against my waist, and tried to nudge me closer. It's only one night, Medrili. Thora is looking forward to seeing you again. Is he? I'm not looking forward to it. He tried to kill me last time. I can't say I'm looking forward to seeing him. He grinned. His nudging had progressed to outright pulling. My mother wants to meet you, and I convinced my sister to come home by winter. Oh, what for? By then I had given up any resistance, and was now thoroughly intertwined in an embrace. He held me close, hands resting at the small of my back, eyes staring deep into mine. He smelled vaguely of pine trees. I wondered why. So she and you can get to know each other a little better. You've seen your fair share of Ernol, And I need to meet Miss Aunt Vanya. I tried to guess why all this seemed important to him, and though I had suspicions. You seem like you're in a hurry to introduce everyone. Do I? The smug look on his face did nothing but increase my suspicions. Then he laughed, leaned forward and pressed his forehead to mine. It's difficult to lie to you. Do you know that? Not an unfortunate thing. You were going to lie to me then? With the best of intentions, my shining light. From the moment I saw you, that light around you, not the Cuffintal, Madrili, but you. You came here shackled. The Covenant drew you in like the tide, and still, you were shining the entire time. I adore everything about you. Your strength. He was grinning ear to ear by then. I was growing weak to the knees. I had a very strong suspicion now. There you go. And I understand if it is a little too... Oh. And I understand if it is a little too... much too fast. But I know that you are the light of my life, Madrili. I want to marry you. Yes, yes please, yes, absolutely. 1,000,000 times over, yes. The word projected out of me with such force, I had no chance of stopping it. He grinned and held me close. I love you, Madrili. I have loved you for a long time. And that's the end of the game. That was a brilliant game. I'm so glad I got to play this game again. Anna, you are brilliant. Absolute brilliant. I always wanted to know who did the music for this, and now I know. And the sound as well, wow. I thought she did all of this on her own, but obviously she's Laciaga's tiara? I don't know what that's all about. Wow. This was an experience, again. The first time I played this I thought, well, this is actually a really brilliant visual novel. And I'd love to one day do, you know, another playthrough of it. And I've put it off for so long. Very patient. Yeah, I heard it took a long time to make this game, and I'm not surprised. It's a massive game. But yeah, I'm so glad I finally got to do another playthrough of this. And the credits are already over. Wonderful. As for my next project, I'm not entirely sure just yet, but I know I'm going to do at least a week full of videos, but you know, like one-offs. I think I'm going to do the whack your ... games, you know, where, you know, the whole whack your boss, whack your computer, whack the murderer, and all that kind of thing. Because I quite enjoy those games, and they do look very fun to play. I mean, I've only seen them played, I've probably only played like one of them like twice maybe. But I really want to do those. I don't know how many there are, but I reckon I could get all of them done in a week. So yeah, that'll be, I think I'll do it next week, take a week off and then start my next project. But anyway, I really hope you enjoyed this game, and I really hope that seeing this game played will encourage you to go and play it yourselves and spread the word about this game, because it's so underrated. It really is underrated. And with that, I want to say thank you so much for watching this second Let's Play of mine. And thank you so much for all the support during this. And just for watching the videos, for commenting, for liking. And not just with this video, but also the videos that I've done in between Ebon Light. The glitch videos, my first unpopular opinion, I really need to do a second one of that soon. And the best of videos, which I really need to make best of Spooky's Dollhouse. That's something that I need to do soon, as well as the best of for the endless mode videos. But yeah, thank you ever so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I guess I'll see you next week for some more videos. See you later.